Thank you for watching the National Television and welcome to this news program that I'm pleased to present. These are the main news stories. Burkina Faso is engaged in a popular and progressive revolution. The head of state declared on the occasion of a flag-raising ceremony at the presidential palace on Tuesday. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, while congratulating the defense and security forces on their results, called on them to be more vigilant. 75 young people, including 9 girls, have been ordered to carry out community service. They will pave pavement of streets in the capital. Following their uncivil behavior, community service is a good solution to the uncivil behavior of people in Burkina Faso, according to many citizens in Ouagadougou, whom you listen to in this edition. The president of Faso presided over a ceremony to raise the colors last Tuesday at the Kulba Palace. During the ceremony, Captain Ibrahim Traoré paid tribute to the fighting forces in a message to his compatriots for the work they have been doing. He noted significant progress on the ground, notably the reconquest of areas under terrorist control and the consolidation of parts of a territory. The president of Faso calls for greater vigilance so as not to be taken by surprise. Tangaka Fando has more details.
The president of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, began his speech by paying tribute to the fighting forces for the work they have been doing. Significant progress have been made on the ground, notably the reconquest of area under terrorist control and the consolidation of other parts of the territory, according to the president of Faso. In areas where there is a relative lull, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is inviting the various fighting forces to be vigilant. As we know, what they are doing is all about disinformation, manipulation and subversion. Everyone must be able to remain calm, focus on their goal, and not allow themselves to be distracted. Because we will also have no qualms about those who allow themselves to be manipulated. Only those who are greedy and want everything for themselves can be manipulated by those homeless people. Let's stay focused. Let's be crystal clear. We are not in democracy. We are in people's progressive revolution.
Nous ne sommes pas dans une démocratie, nous sommes bien en révolution progressiste populaire.
To the people, the head of state insists on the need to remain committed, faced with the attempts to destabilize the country, achieved by agents serving imperialism.
Inviter tout le monde à la vigilance.
Let's remain vigilant because our revolution doesn't please many people. We are going to develop our industry, transform what we want, and consume what we have transformed. Burkina Faso is going to shine, whatever those who are nostalgic for 87 think.
N'en déplaise à ceux-là qui ont la nostalgie encore des années 87, je le répète.
In this occasion, the president of Faso recalled that the country is in the midst of progressive revolution. Captain Ibrahim Traoré therefore invited the Burkinabe people to make this opportunity their own, far from the ideas of democracy, freedom of expression and action, which are the breeding ground for disorder and indiscipline.
The president's speech was followed with interest by the people in Burkina Faso. People of Ouagadougou welcomed the head of state's proclamation of a progressive and popular revolution. This will lead to sustainable development, according to many citizens in the capital, Ouagadougou. Listen to them.
The president is right when he's saying that we are engaged in a revolution. Because in the revolution, we have the right to do the right things, but not the bad things. This is right also because there are some people, even if it is good, but if it doesn't fit with them or their profit, so they will always reject it. Because if the head of state knows that what he's doing is right, what he's doing is something that will be profitable for the country, for its population.
Democracy cannot allow a country to get developed. Even those countries that today we talk about them and say that they are developed countries, they all went through revolution. And we are not compelled to follow democracy if it's not profit us. We need to choose our way that will be ethical to us. And saying that we are in a revolution, and we know that in a revolution we don't need everybody agreement. Yeah, either you go for the revolution and we all work for the well-being of the country.
I've already listened about revolution when they talk about 1980s revolution with our president, former president Thomas Sankara. And this period showed us that revolution have been a good challenge. It brings about development, it brings about social, political, yes, every state, everywhere in Burkina Faso, Burkina life, there was a chance, a remarkable, something, very meaningful chance. And if the president, Ibrahim Traoré, come with the same system of revolution, we think this system is welcome.
When we are in democracy, people pretend to be free. They can do whatever they want. Let's say everything they will be saying, they want it to be taken into account. Yet when we need a revolution, there are something that we need to neglect. There are something that we need to reject sometimes. If we're going to take everything into account, it will be difficult.
The Burkinabe government is satisfied with the results achieved during the 2024-2025 national vaccination campaign against priority animal diseases. The executive has also adopted a decree on the conditions and methods for determining the quotas reserved for public administration personnel for the entrance test to the National School of Magistracy. The Councils of Ministers held on Thursday examined several issues and took important decisions. More details from Tanga Kafando.
Satisfactory results. This is how the government describes the results of 2024-2025 national vaccination campaign against priority animal diseases. The figures speak for themselves. Innovation have made it possible to achieve them. For poultry, nearly 14 million. 2,100,000 for cattle, 3,500,000 for small ruminants, and 70,000 for carnivores. The minister delegate in charge of animal and fisheries resources, Amadou Diko.
Les opérations de vaccination ont été centralisées dans une seule.
Every year, the state organizes vaccination campaigns against priority animal diseases in order to reduce the impact on the economy and health safety. The aim is also to control these diseases or even eradicate them. This year, the campaign was launched in October and closed on the 15th of February. Some major innovations were brought. Vaccination operations have been centralized in a single Directorate General within the ministry, and the operation have been carried out exclusively by the public administration.
En matière de paiement électronique directement par les éleveurs.
Another subject addressed by the executive is the share reserved for civil servants in the entry test for magistracy. According to the minister in charge of justice, a decree specifies the condition and procedures. Edaso Rodrigue Bayala. The quota have been set at 10% of public administration personnel, and the condition includes, first of all, having tuners in public administration, whenever in state public administration, the parliamentary public administration, or the hospital public administration, applying and being over 45 years old and holding a master's degree in law. A number of issues were discussed at the weekly meeting of the executives presided over by the President of FASO, Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Prime Minister Rim Talba Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo presided over the joint ordinary session of the steering committee of the institutional mechanism for monitoring and improving the business climate and the steering committee of the public-private consultation framework in Ouagadougou on Thursday. Business players examined and adopted the report on the implementation of the reform plan up to December the 31st, 2024, as well as the reform project for 2025. In all modern economies, the private sector alongside the public sector is the driving force behind economic growth, development, and job creation. The government of Burkina Faso is firmly committed to creating a business climate conducive to private investment. It has made dialogue with the private sector and improving the economic environment a top priority. The creation of the public-private dialogue framework is designed to encourage discussions between stakeholders and remove obstacles to a smooth business climate. My government attaches great importance to the proper functioning of the institutional mechanism for steering and monitoring the improvement of the business climate and the public-private consultation framework. The aim is to guarantee the speedy implementation of the reforms and recommendations that have emerged from the various discussion platforms, declared Prime Minister Rintalba Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo in his opening speech. 75 young people, including 9 girls, have been ordered to carry out community service. They will pave the pavement of streets in Ouagadougou following the uncivil behavior. The offenses in question are acrobatics on the public highway and failure to comply with traffic code. These young people were arrested by the security forces at the Monument des Héros Nationaux on Monday. Community service is a good solution to the uncivil behavior of people in Burkina Faso. Many citizens in Ouagadougou think that community service contributes to the development of the country while combating uncivil behavior. Listen to them.
It's a good thing because they are serving the community, and this is the best way to punish someone. Because if you just take them and you go and put them somewhere like this, or you ask them to pay money, some people, they don't have issues of money. Their parents are rich and they're going to pay and just let them go. Tomorrow they will do the same thing. But if it is come to work for the community, at least they are serving people. Yeah, it's not only a punishment, but it's also a community service.
When the policeman is catching people, they are paying money, so it's not sufficient because there are some people, they have money, even to pay 100,000, so they can pay it and have the motorbike. But when it's come to work for the community, so if you take the whole day and now work for the community, so tomorrow again, so you do the same thing, and now they come and they take you again to do the same thing. So I think when you reach hers, so you will change your mentality. And now it's very good because it's allow people also to work for the country. Because when we apply they call people for a community service, they are not registering. Then now, see if they force them to work for free, so it is profitable also for the country.
Some people are the battlefields fighting for the well-being of the country, and we cannot allow others to be in town and put certain troubles for the citizens. Then this initiative is a very good one. Either if you junk the traffic light and the police officers catch you, they bring you there and you will work for the community and you will serve the community either by will or not. You will do it, and you don't have any choice. Yeah, this is a revolution, and it's very good, and we appreciate it a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's news program is over. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Have a pleasant weekend and goodbye.